Hi guys, hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel Ash Kitchen, where I share recipes that are simple and tasty. Today I've come up with the Ramazan special recipe, mutton kebabs. Who doesn't like mutton kebabs? Tell me, everybody loves kebab. So if you prefer having chicken, then you might make out of chicken as well. Instead of mutton, add in chicken, mince it thoroughly, and you don't want to make a paste out of it, just coarsely mince it. And to this I'm adding 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. I've taken 750 grams of mutton here and minced it. For 750 grams, 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste is more than sufficient. Now I've coarsely powdered red chili and coriander seeds. I'm adding it to the mixture. This would be around 1 tablespoon. Now I've squeezed 1 medium sized onion after chopping it and 1 green chili. Make sure you have to squeeze the onion and drain off the entire juice of it and then add it to the mixture. That way your kebabs won't turn out soggy. Otherwise your kebabs will be soggy and it will not hold shape at all. Now to this I'm adding the powdered spices, 1 tablespoon of each, 1 tablespoon of red chili powder, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, 1 tablespoon of garam masala, and then I'm adding half a teaspoon of turmeric. Not more than half a teaspoon of turmeric is required for this recipe. Now minimum of 1 tablespoon of masalas I'm adding. If I feel like I want to add a little bit more, then I'll add them eventually. Make sure you always add less at first and then you can add in more if you feel like. And half a lime juice. This would be around 1 tablespoon. If you have ready-made kebab masala, you can add that as well. Now once you add all of this, I forgot to add salt. So let's add in some salt. Salt as per your preference, guys. Now what you have to do is you want to mix this mixture thoroughly. Please do it with your hands, that way you get even mixing. If you do it with a spoon, I don't think it'll work out well. So make sure you do it with your hands. Clean your hands, wash it thoroughly, and then mix everything really well. Now as you can see, this is the way you have to mix it. Just how you knead the dough, that's where you are going to mix the entire mixture. So once that is done, or you could do one thing as well, you could pre-cook this meat at this point. Take a pan, add in some oil, and you can pre-cook it as well. But I like to make it raw. Now as you can see, I've mixed the entire mixture, but I felt like a little bit of spice level is less, so I'm adding a little bit of more spice to it. So on the whole, 2 tablespoons of green chili powder I've added. So 1 big teaspoon of garam masala, 2 tablespoons of garam masala, and then I'm adding some biryani masala as well. That would be around 1 teaspoon of it. Now mix everything again really well. Once that is done, I'll let it rest for about half an hour and then I'll start making the kebabs. You can make it out of skewers as well. I'll show you how to make it. Now that I've mixed everything really well, let it rest for about half an hour. After half an hour, I'll add in some oil to this. As you can see, I've added some oil here. I've added 2 tablespoons of oil to this mixture. Now mix everything thoroughly. As you can see, the mixture is not sticky at this point. It almost feels like a dough. This is the right consistency of the mixture that we require. It's not at all soggy. It's perfect. Few people add in some gram flour to it and some rice flour to it as well. If you want, you can add it, but I want to make it really simple. This is the way I make it. If you want to add in some gram flour, then make sure you roast the gram flour first and then add into it. Now I'm making some cylindrical shapes and then making kebabs, make sure you oil your hands first. If you think your skewers are thin, I've taken wooden skewers here. If you think that your skewers are pretty thin, then make sure you add two or three at a time, and then you know make the kebab out of it. And make sure you use your forefinger and your thumb. That's the way you get good grip. Do not press it with all of your fingers. Slowly press it down and take off the excess amount. You do not want to make it too fat as well, because the upper layer would be cooked and from inside it might be a little raw, because we're making with the raw meat here. Make sure they're thin so that they can be evenly cooked. This is the way you make it. So now what I like to do is, as you can see, I've taken the excess amount of meat that was at the bottom, and this is that. And like this way you can make all of your kebabs, or you could also just make a small ball and just flatten it and make a circular kebab. Any shape that you prefer, that's your choice. I'm going to brush in some oil here. Make sure you evenly brush the oil. I'm going to make the kebabs in the air fryer. I would set it for around 180 degrees centigrade for about 15 to 20 minutes. Depends. In between, I'll check them and I'll turn around. It's the same way how you make it in the grill. Or you can just pan fry them. It's your choice. Like you can see, I'm evenly brushing the oil here. In between, in the when you're making it in the air fryer, when you think they're getting a little dry, then brush some oil and then again restart your air fryer. So I've taken the skewer ones in the air fryer, and the circular ones I'll do it in the pan later. And let me show you the kebabs. This is how they have turned out. Very beautiful, juicy, and very tasty. Please do try this recipe. You will not regret. Have it with some mint chutney. Delicious. So I hope you like this recipe, and if you have liked it, please do subscribe to my channel. See you again.